Houston now has more homes for sale than any city in America. Bigger than New York City, not Phoenix, not anywhere in Florida. Houston beat the entire country with the amount of inventory that we have. So if you're trying to buy or sell a home right now, that one fact changes everything with you. So stick with me because this is the most important update I've done all year. We are looking back at May for the Houston real estate market report. We'll be with you in just a second. What's happening in Houston? Ryan Adams here with the Adams Group. It's time for your June 2026 market update. What we do is we go back and we look at the numbers closing from May 2026 and we compare those to May 2025. But if you haven't done so yet, take a second, hit subscribe, tap that notification bell so every time we break down what's really going on in Houston real estate, you're the first to know. So here's the deal today. We're talking the May 2025 numbers and May 2026 numbers, both months closed out, and putting them side by side to see exactly where we land. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's start with inventory. It's the big one. That was just released, just what I teased in the beginning, active listing. Houston has 19,848 homes on the market right now. Last year at this time, it was 16,529. That's up 20% in a single year. Now here's the big deal, guys. That is the most inventory that Houston has ever had in our history. And like I said, right now, we are leading the entire country. More homes for sale than any major metro in America. Not one of the most, we are the most. So what does that mean for you? So plain and simple, we are officially in a buyer's market. Not heading toward one, we are in it. Buyers have more options than they've had in decades. Actually, hold that thought. I'm gonna tell you what that means for both sides in just a second. Days on market. How long does it take to sell a home? Right now, the average home in Houston is taking 78 days to sell. Last year, it was 72, so just about 6 days longer. With that jump though, it's exactly what you expect with this many homes on the market. More homes competing for the same buyers means homes sit a little longer and buyers can afford to be picky, and right now, they're being picky. Now let's look at the price, average sales price. For you as a seller, you wanna know what you can get, and as a buyer, you wanna know, are prices going up? I'm gonna have to pay more. Is it up? Is it down? Well, with the record inventory and homes still sitting longer, you'd think prices would be falling off a cliff, but not so fast. The average sales price in Houston this May was $450,781. Last year it was $446,000. So prices are actually up about 1%. Now, 1% in the real estate market is pretty much flat. That's not real appreciation, that's prices holding steady. But here's what I'll tell you. In a market with the most inventory that we've ever had, the fact that prices are holding at all, that tells you that there's real strength underneath this market. If this were 2008, prices would be dropping hard, but they're not. They're flat, and flat right now is actually, with everything we got going on, it's not a bad place to be. Now let's look at the other side of the coin. How many homes are actually selling? So in May, last month, Houston closed 3,895 homes. That's not bad, but last year it was 4,323. That's down about 10%. So fewer homes that are actually selling, and even though we have more homes on the market than the other time, that means there's more listings but fewer sales. That's the whole buyer market in one sentence. Supply going up, demand softening at the same time, and that's what gets us into a buyer's market. Now, I have normally not added in this stat, but I thought it would be good to start doing this. Terminated listings. I don't usually lead with it, but this month it matters. So this May, 38,894 listings came off the market without selling. Last year, it was about 33,000, another all-time record. So with that number hits a record high, it usually means one thing. A whole lot of sellers came to the market, priced wrong, didn't get the action that they hoped for, and then they chose to pull the market off. A lot of them are gonna relist, but it is a flashing warning sign that getting your price right for the first time matters more than ever. Next thing I usually like to do is give you a little interest rate update. You can't talk about the market without talking about interest rates, because that's part of what is shifting and making all of this happen. Where are the interest rates going? I did do a recent post where I talked about the future projection for the next 5 years of interest rates, but I'll give you a little hint. You can take a look at it, but basically it's really gonna be bouncing between 6 and 7% probably for the next 3 years at least, if not all 5 years. So right now, the 30-year fix is sitting right around 6.5%. And here's the question I get more than any other. Ryan, when should I expect rates to come down? Again, I'd point you to that 5-year projection, which says that, you're not gonna love it, but pretty much every major economist is now saying we are not getting below 6% for at least the next 3 years. So you need to own and buy into this, that this is where we're at. So as a buyer, if you're sitting around waiting for interest rates to drop, you are going to be waiting a long time. I would not do that. If you are in the market to buy and you're just waiting for rates to drop, now maybe you're waiting for rates to drop from affordability standpoint, totally understand that. I think the question you need to ask yourself is, should I just go lower my price point? Because they're probably not gonna change this next year. We're also probably not gonna see a dramatic drop in prices over the next few years either. There's nothing that shows that. It just shows that the interest rates are gonna be here. This is kind of our new normal. Some groups think that maybe we dip a little under 6% toward the back half of the decade. But even the optimistic 5-year outlooks have us at about 5 3/4 at best. And unfortunately, guys, here's the part that nobody wants to hear. There's a real chance that rates actually will go up before they come down. The conflict in the Middle East with the Iran and US war has pushed oil prices and inflation super high, and that's been driving mortgage rates up. And if that situation doesn't settle down, and even if it does settle down, it's gonna take a while to recover. That inflation pressure could push rates higher by the end of this year. Some are projecting it could go above 7%. So here's what I'll tell you. Buyers, stop waiting on a number the experts aren't telling us isn't coming. This is the rate environment. You need to get used to it. You need to base your financial picture on what these rates are. In that post I mentioned before, I did a cost of waiting calculator. You can put one in and see what it's gonna cost you by waiting. And there's a lot it's gonna cost you. Are you willing to take that risk to maybe have a small gamble that rates are gonna get below 6%? The buyers who win right now are the ones who accept that this is where the rates are, buy the home, and if rates do drop, they refinance later. But you can't refinance a house you never bought because you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for 2020 to come back. It's not coming back, guys. I promise you that. All right, what does this mean for sellers? Let's bring it home. If you're a seller, hear me on this. You are competing against more homes than you ever have or ever will, probably. So you cannot just throw your house on the market at whatever price you want and expect it to sell. Two things have to be true. Number one, your price has to be right from day one. Not what you're hoping for, right. Because buyers have so many options that an overpriced home doesn't just sit, it gets ignored. And number two, your house has to show better than the competition. Think about it like this. You walk into a grocery store and there's 7 kinds of oranges sitting in the bin. What makes somebody pick yours? That's exactly where you're at right now as a seller. So you've got to stand out, your price, your condition, your marketing. Well, the ones that don't, well, they're gonna become part of that record terminated number that we just talked about. This is a market where the right strategy is the whole ball game. That's what my team does every single day. That's why choosing the right agent matters way more now than it did anytime you would sell. You need someone who's gonna tell you the gosh darn honest truth. That's what you need. What does it mean if you're a buyer? This is your moment, guys. You've got more leverage than buyers have had in a very, very long time. More homes to choose from, motivated sellers, and homes sitting long enough that you can actually have time to negotiate. So I'm talking price reduction, closing rate cost, rate buy downs, repairs, terms that were flat out impossible a couple years ago when everything had 10 offers. So don't get so locked in on the interest rate that you miss the opportunity sitting right in front of you. The negotiating power that you've got right now can save you way more than waiting around for a rate cut that might never come. So here's your bottom line for May. Houston has more inventory than any market in the country. We are firmly in a buyer's market. Prices are holding steady and rates are likely staying right where they are for a while. Sellers, price it right and make it shine. Buyers, this is your window, use it. And as always, if I can do anything to help you, answer questions, or just talk you through what these numbers mean for your situation, reach out, call or text me directly, or head over to theadamsgrouptx.com. No pressure, I'm always here to talk it through with you. I'm Ryan Adams with The Adams Group. We'll catch you next month.